Cousins, aren't you tired of watching censor episodes? Don't you miss the days when I was cursing like a sailor every week? It's simple fix, cousins. Head over to moremona.com and support your girl. We have a community chat group. I'm giving you 2 bonus episodes a month and nothing is censored. It all goes down at moremona.com and it's ad-free. Subscribe today. It's just $6 a month or $49.99 for the year if you want to save a coin or two. See you soon, cousins. Don't call me white girl. And we're back. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, cats and dogs, boys, girls, babies, chickens. Where does that come from? Ducks. DJ Manny. It's a special It's a special day today, cousins. Happy for me, there's no Phelps. But my girls are in the building. I've been wanting these girls to come on the pod for a little while. I feel like I say that a lot when I intro people, but I also have ADD, so it takes months to do things that normally take a couple weeks. But none of that matters because the ladies are in the building, and one of them lips are puckered already. I want y'all to give it up for Mecca and Jamila. Jamila and Mecca. Let's go. Give it up for the ladies. OMG, hi.
Hey.
I'm so happy to see you guys. Well, how do I introduce y'all? Influencers, potters, TikTokers?
All of the above.
I was gonna say everything.
All the things.
What's the name of y'all podcast?
Unhinged and Immoral.
Have y'all checked out Unhinged and Immoral? Yes,
we get a little bit unhinged and a bit immoral.
Yes, I'm excited about coming on. I'm coming on the podcast. How long y'all been going now? Like 6 months?
Almost a year.
In November.
It's been a year?
Yeah.
That flew.
Yeah.
Really.
Y'all got awards already too?
No.
That Beyonce did. Ain't that something?
Niggas are grits and eggs.
Them
damn grits.
Well, almost a year in. Do y'all like it?
Yeah, I love it. I love
Yeah.
talking and giving my opinion. I do that unsolicited, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a talker too.
Yeah.
What stuck out first with y'all because I'm like, I found Mecca first, and that led me to you, right? And I remember just hearing y'all talking, thinking they sound real good, when you talk on TikTok, So when it came time to y'all were talking about doing a podcast, I was like, oh, that would be perfect for them. But it was interesting to me to find out that y'all went to school in this arena, almost like y'all knew what y'all were going to be doing. This ain't no drop on your lap. I share how it happened with me all the time, and it was very much so not on my, what do people say? Radar or my mood board. It wasn't, right?
Yeah.
But with y'all, this was planned. So I want to get a little bit into the start of everything and what did y'all take up in college and was this really the plan? Like, was this the whole game plan? Where you are right now?
Well, we met at Hampton. I only stayed there for a year. It was expensive, and I went on to Georgia State. But while I was there, I met Mecca, and we ended up being roommates the second semester. First semester, we both had...
Because her first roommate was funky.
Yeah, we both had weird roommate situations the first semester. So then we ended up becoming roommates. And what was your major at Hampton?
I started as journalism, and then I switched to public relations.
Yeah, so I was a theater major and then journalism minor. So we were like kind of in the communications bubble and just being college kids and just doing all the things that we do and talking. And of course, like at that time I had my YouTube channel and it was pretty popular, but it's nothing like it is now. And so I had always been doing like little stuff like that. And we kind of just always talked about being famous, but not really, we didn't really have a plan necessarily for it to outcome.
My plan was to be a rapper baby mother.
Yeah.
That was the plan.
But y'all both wanted to be famous.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you manifested it for sure. Now.
For
No,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I used to always say that, like, just as a kid, like, I'm going to be famous in some way, shape, or form. We'll figure out the rest later.
Yeah. Well, as far as fame and just having so much, like, internet fame, do y'all get approached a lot on the street?
Yeah,
Yeah.
now we do.
It's very weird.
It's so weird.
It happened a lot in Houston at first because I feel like that's where my platform really took off. But the mind for me has been like when it happens in cities that aren't my city.
Right.
Like I was in Chicago last summer because my best friend lives in Chicago. And I was walking around downtown by myself because I wanted to get some food, and like some girls came up to me, and I was like, "That's crazy," because it's not my city.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, anywhere I go at this point, like if I go outside, I'm expected like for someone to recognize me, which is, it's weird to expect it because I be feeling like a little bougie in my head, like, "Bitch, please," like, but at the same time, it does happen pretty much everywhere I go. Now it's like, that is pretty cool. Like that was like kind of the goal for your art to be so recognizable that you're recognizable. So it's like, okay, period.
I had to get used to it a little bit because I used to be like, "Are you trying to run up on me?"
Yeah.
Like,
if I could opt out of it, I totally would. Like I think what gets on nerves the most is that sometimes I can tell that this person doesn't necessarily like my stuff or like me, but they recognize my face. So it's like, oh, let me see what's up with her. You know, a lady walked up to me the other day, and she didn't think about what she was saying at all. So when she walked up to me, she was just like, it's like a and she said, "Hey, you that girl, you be doing stuff."
I've had some of those too. To be like, sure,
Yeah.
you be talking on the internet, don't you? Don't you be
I
talking?
do be doing.
I be talking. Yeah, I
And
do be
it's
talking.
like, oh yes, I
Yeah.
be doing
Yeah.
stuff. And it's almost like she wanted me to tell her what I be doing.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm not doing that.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna make
And
you
it's
tell me.
just in general, it's weird. I've had people like literally. I just seen you in the Altima on 5th Street, and I'm on 7th Street. Like I didn't even get nowhere yet, and I don't think they realize how dangerous that is. I've had
Somebody
people-
tweeted us the other day. That was yesterday.
That was yesterday.
I was like, that's weird. Like no one approached us, but someone tweeted us like, "Oh, I just walked by Mecca and Jamila."
And
I
that's
was like,
Philly, right?
He said he was pretty.
And and that's proof because of how it is in this area. The most interaction, like the most popular thing that I would happen would be people spot me and tell me. Like in Philly, we have this thing where being Joe is like the worst thing in the world. So here, us being Joe is just saying hello sometimes. Let me give you an example. I was a friend of mine is a barber, right? And he was talking about how he had this new hire, like he a shampoo girl, okay? They saw each other at the mall, King of Prussia Mall. They're on different sides of the mall, going opposite ways, okay? She says to him, "Hey, I saw you at King of Prussia Mall yesterday." He says, "Why didn't you say hi?" She go, "Oh, you was all the way across the hall, like I wasn't on the screen." He was like, "You wouldn't say hi to me? You know, you just got this job, whatever." And she was like, "Oh, no, that's Joe." And then that turned into a conversation, is that Joe or not? And a lot of people thought that was too Joe. In Philly, it's such a crime to be Joe. I think it holds people back, especially people that are into like doing stuff, rapping, singing. I talk about it all the time. Like if you have interest in doing stuff and being social or networking can help you, you got to let go of that ghetto shit, that being.
So is that like the equivalent of like being pressed? Is that kind of like what that means?
I don't know, because our press might be different than your press. Ed was saying no.
They're very strict about pressed in Philly or Joe.
Joe, it is for real a
Like,
thing.
I love city politics.
It's,
No, I was gonna say,
I love learning about people's
like,
things. Like that's so.
Me and you briefly talked about Mark Lamont Hill for a second, right? Me and Mark had the conversation about being Joe. Like he totally, you know what I mean? And then I said to him, I don't think that I would get this far have I got when I be just like, you absolutely wouldn't. So it's just a thing where we from, but it's such a big deal. It comes from the whole term. I think it's Joe familiar, like acting like you know somebody or whatever. But for the most part, the true definition of being Joe in Philadelphia, it makes no sense. It's just being friendly. That's all it is. So in Philly, people are not going to say hi to y'all, but they will text you or DM you a paragraph. "I love y'all so much. I just," and if you respond, "Why didn't you say hi?" They might just say, "Well, I didn't want to bother you being all Joe." Yeah. So what does press mean though?
Press is like, so I guess it is a little bit different. Press is kind of like if I was to meet you, like I would say, "Hey," but like not being like, "Oh my gosh, I really like enjoy
Too
you."
much.
Yeah, like I guess like really like fawning over you.
That's
in a
being
sense.
Joe too.
Okay.
But another side of Joe is literally speaking when we didn't have to. Because why the fuck I'm talking to you from across the street? I gotta yell. No, I'll catch you next time at church, even though we sit next to each other at the same time.
Right. Because people said it like, "Oh, I seen her, but I don't even want to seem too pressed."
Right.
I don't want to seem too pressed.
Yeah,
like
it's similar.
Yeah. Okay.
It's similar. Yeah, for
People
sure.
are
I will
interesting.
say, I would say pressed in California, but we're kind of friendly. I realized that once I came to this side of the country.
For sure.
That like, because I'm big on like, "Hey girl, what's up?"
Yeah.
Like I don't mind speaking first, which I know is like a thing. One of my homegirls from college, G, she was from Jersey, and my cousin went to college with me, and he used to be like, she's so mean.
Yeah.
And I would be like, she's not.
Yeah.
She's just not friendly, but she's not mean at all.
I feel like East Coast girls, I think why we get that, number one, because we we come across a little tougher. Our resting faces usually. You know
What is
I mean?
the nice, not kind? Like in California, people be nice, but they don't be kind. People on the East Coast don't be
Kind
nice,
or
but they
nice.
do be,
Neither.
Oh, okay. Well,
Like nobody's gonna hold the door for you. I'm a big complimenter. I give compliments sometimes and it be like,
like what you
what
trying
the
to do?
fuck was that? Like she don't even understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not speaking, like just not, and even just this small jump of like, because where we are now is considered the first Southern state kinda. So you might get more of a hello here. People ain't really speaking to you in the city. It's just not a thing. You know what I mean?
Philly's considered the South?
No, this state, because where we are now, we're in Delaware.
my bad, I
So it
forgot.
might be a little switch up here, a tiny bit. You know what I mean?
Delaware's the South? Does that
it's
up in
considered,
geography?
it's after the Mason
I was
Dixon.
gonna say, technically there's like the Mason-Dixon
There's a
line, but that's just
Confederacy.
not.
Yes.
It's not Southern. It's just
like Maryland.
It's just the Dixon line. I
Confederate
don't
state.
consider that South at all, though.
You know, the South, they have their
Nothing's-
politics. So you know, you're not South enough.
Yeah, I don't know about the South. I don't know about a lot of them states.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, there's nothing Southern
No.
about this area
This didn't
at
give
all.
South
This
to
is
me
very
at
much
all.
North. Like I feel like I'm damn near New York. I don't know.
North. Like
Where
Figs
is
and
Times
Tims,
Square?
Like,
Do
that's
y'all
the
do you see a big difference from Philly and New York as far as like just the city?
It's
shit?
a difference, but I was telling my sister like it almost felt like Jersey because I've gone through Jersey. I haven't spent a lot of time there, but it almost gave like you could tell it's close to New York. I could tell it's down the street, but it ain't quite the city.
Yeah.
It gives like the suburb of the city, but like still very much city because it's still very much different than like the southern states.
Yeah.
But it's cute.
I always I couldn't imagine moving down south. It's just it's a fear thing.
it's too
kinda.
slow.
What you scared of?
White people.
Well, yes.
That's a
I ain't scared of them. I'm scared of what
Yeah.
I might do to one of them.
But I did come across some cops today.
Did
It
you?
gave real cops. In Atlanta we have cops for sure, but most of them are blacks
With a porn
and
stash.
Negroes. And so I just kind of just be like, these cops that I was at the deli, I said,
Them is Irishmen.
I felt like I was in Boston.
Yeah.
Boston is real
yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
Boston's
So-
real racist too. I got a
Yeah.
friend, he's a comic, he's black, and he lives there, and he was trying to explain it to me. And then I did a show at City Winery, shout out to the City Winery, Boston. And it's that's more of a white area, and it's so segregated. It's
apparently
no
Boston is
niggas downtown.
aggressively racist too.
Yeah. And I think the whites win. They fights over
No,
there.
Oh yeah, I don't need
I
none
think
of that.
the whites is I'm not saying that they're over, but I just think that they kick ass. That's the
Yeah.
vibe he gave me, and just from seeing it, they don't give
Their whites is a little ghetto, so they get down a little bit.
or tough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like they not really scared of niggas.
they
See,
ain't
in the
scared of
South, they kind of
niggas.
scared, so they kind of keep away.
Whitey Bulger, the mobster from Boston.
Yeah, Whitey Bulger is
Yeah.
from Boston.
Who
That's
Whoever
one of my
that is.
special interests, the mob.
He's a very interesting criminal.
Yeah.
He was a informant, and he was in the mob a little bit. I think he did rob banks or something.
And he was killing folks, but he was informing on the side.
You like documentaries?
I do, especially mob documentaries.
Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
all of that crazy shit.
There's a new
He
one
got
on
killed
Netflix.
in
It
jail.
sucks though. Yeah, Whitey did?
Yeah,
I didn't
at
know
like
that.
80-some years old, quite recently.
Oh yeah, I did not know that
Yeah,
Whitey
he-
was even
yeah,
dead,
he
let
done
alone
gone
murdered.
to
Damn,
hell,
R.I.P.
not
Whitey, man. Damn. Okay, so I need to let y'all know that I went on a college tour,
Okay,
and I thought about going to Hampton, but you know why I didn't?
they too strict.
They couldn't drive the first year.
Yeah,
Back then, and I was like, "Are y'all
couldn't have
dumb?
a car
And I know
freshman
you
year.
couldn't
I had
do
a car
shit
since 10th
back then.
grade.
Yeah.
And you had to live on campus.
I was
Unless
live on
it was very
campus.
specific. The only way they
There
wouldn't
was
let
a
you is if
curfew.
your parents lived by, but you had to stay on campus. You could not have a car.
And the day
There's
I
a
toured,
curfew.
y'all don't know where the kids was. It was dry at that plantation.
Well,
On
I
the
think-
water.
yeah. But it's a beautiful campus though.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because it was strict, but at the same time, once you in the system, it's kind of oh, okay, it really wasn't that bad at
Yeah.
all.
We
and it's
only went-
I need no car anyway.
We only went to Hampton and I think maybe Morgan.
Morgan in
I
Baltimore.
don't know.
I knew I wasn't going to Morgan. I knew that.
It was HBCU tour, whatever. My aunt signed me up for it. Nothing about me gave college at all, let alone HBCU tour. But I'm so glad that she did it, and I was really impressed by, I think, North Carolina A&T or Central, and I ended up getting into Central, and I still didn't go. But it left me with thinking, like, damn, they really care about black people because my recruiter made sure he found somewhere to get me in that.
Yeah.
And I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
They will accept you and just put you on like not academic probation technically, but you'll have to do like some extra stuff.
Yeah.
But you'll be able to get in for sure.
Yeah, they gonna figure something out.
Yeah.
Cousins, you need good credit for everything. And honestly, it was starting to blow me. Y'all know my story. I was in the streets a little bit, and good credit was just not my priority. But now that I have a team, I really just mean Short Eb. I'm trying to grow up, and she's been breathing down my neck about joining Kickoff to get my credit together. If you are a real cousin, you know I've been saying for weeks, when I move, you move, and it's the time to get your credit together. Kickoff is a credit builder app that allows you to make monthly on-time payments that are reported to the top 3 credit agencies. This has been one of my best investments this year. Okay, investment is a stretch because their plan starts at just $5. And if you're balling, the premium plan is only $20 a month. What I love the most is everything is happening so quick. It's common for users with credit under 600 to grow an average of 84 points in their first year with on-time payments. AutoPay helps you build credit while you sleep, so you never have to worry about missing a payment. The credit bureaus see good behavior, and your credit can grow fast. Sign up in minutes from your phone, no credit check, and you can cancel at any time. Kickoff has over 1 million users and hundreds of thousands of positive reviews. There's a reason why it's the #1 credit builder on the App Store. Start building credit with Kickoff today, and you can get your first month for as little as $1. That's 80% off the normal price when you go to getkickoff.com/DCMWG today. That's Kickoff without the C. Get KIKOFF.com/DCMWG. Must sign up via getkickoff.com DCWMG to activate offer. Offer applies to new Kickoff customers first month only. Subject for approval. Offer subject to change. Average first year credit score impact of plus 84 points between January 2023 and January 2024 for Kickoff credit account users who started with a score below 600, who paid on time, and who had no delinquencies or collections added to their credit profile during the period. Late payments may negatively impact your credit score. Individual results may vary. So when y'all go to Hampton together, then y'all go to different schools, and then y'all separate and y'all maintain friendship.
Yeah.
Are y'all best friends?
I feel like we're pretty close.
We're pretty close. I feel like we have our separate besties, but then like I wouldn't say I wouldn't consider her a friend because like our families are intertwined. So I would more put that on like a familiar level. Like
I said, are y'all besties? You said we pretty close. Are you?
No, but you know how like your play cousins, like you don't call your play cousin a bestie,
right?
Like that's like familial. So that's what I'm saying. Like our families are intertwined.
Y'all families are intertwined.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
yeah.
I want to know.
So I mean, basically, like after I left, when we had like Thanksgiving breaks and little stuff like that, I just invited her to come with me. Like, so I took her to where my dad is from, Mobile, Alabama. So she's met a lot of my extended family. I went to visit her in Sacramento. Okay. And this was post me leaving. So that's kind of, I guess, how we stay connected. And just throughout the years, it's just like, after like a few years, we didn't really spend a lot of time with each other. We would just kind of stay connected through like social media and like texting and stuff like that and little updates and stuff. So we have our own like lives outside of each other. And so we kind of like had a reconnection within this past year doing the podcast because we haven't lived in the same state in damn near 10 years.
And then for context, at the point in which we weren't as close, I was close to her sister. So there was always like a link.
So you have a friendship as well with Jasmine.
So I actually moved to Texas because after I was in Baltimore, I was either going to move to Atlanta or I was going to move to Houston. Well, I was going to move to Atlanta. So I was talking to Jazz, and Jazz was like, oh, come see how you like Houston. That's how I ended up in Houston.
Okay.
So if I wasn't talking to her, I was talking to Jazz.
I think it's so cool that both of y'all ended up having like big, huge social media presences. So how?
And that
because you had the
separate,
YouTube
too.
and your YouTube had popped, but it hasn't popped so big. Who gets on TikTok first? Like, which app worked for y'all first? TikTok?
I was on TikTok.
I was gonna say
first.
she got on TikTok first. I remember hearing TikTok's name at some point, and then my little brother was very like heavy on TikTok. He's Gen Z, so like they really invented TikTok damn near. So he was on there and whatever app it was before, and he kept telling me, Musically. And so he was just like, you should get on TikTok, seriously. And I was watching him do TikTok, and I was like, it just doesn't seem like I would like it, Jelani. But then he just kept telling me I should do it, and he thought that I would enjoy it. And then literally, he made me do the Savage dance that was popping at that time. He taught me how to do it. We both did it. And I was like, okay, that was cute. That was fun. And then I just started scrolling. I was like, Lord knows I give talk. So I just started making TikToks and stuff. And we just kind of grew our platform separately from there.
Who got the following first, or did it happen at the same time?
I think she had pretty much her following first.
I was on there arguing with Hebrew Israelites. And
I didn't really start making consistent because I was pregnant when I was on there arguing with and I was pregnant when I first made mine. So once I had my baby, I was kind of like there was a span of time I wasn't really just making videos, and then I kind of got back on it once my son like could hold his neck up.
Right.
And I was just like, yeah, all right.
So y'all decided to do the podcast. What's the goal in it? Like, what is your ultimate goal with just all of this? Like, if it could be going your way perfectly at the tip of the top, what would be going on for both of y'all?
For me, it's film. I studied film in college. That's what my degree is in. Writing and directing is like my passion, and
so
acting
behind
as well.
the camera. Oh, both.
Both, yeah. I want to do everything.
I couldn't imagine you just being behind the camera without being in front of that.
I love attention too much.
Yeah. So film. What about you, Mecca?
I definitely want to be like a personality. I want to be in like movies and stuff. She was a theater major, but I was a theater minor. So that was another thing. I was a journalism major, theater minor. She was a theater major, journalism minor. Okay. So switched. But I do want to, like I was telling y'all staff, one of my side missions is I want to be like a Tubi celebrity because I'm deep in Tubi. I love a Tubi movie bad.
Yeah.
Like, put me on.
I'm in the Tubi movie, babe. Did you see it?
No. Wait, which one is it?
It's called...
My brother just told me about one that has Bootsy in it, and he's playing two different... It's called Twins.
Bootsy Collins?
No, Little Bootsy.
Oh, Bootsy.
Bootsy.
I say Bootsy Collins in the movie.
Bootsy Collins is so random.
This lady 100 years old. Like, no matter where you hear Bootsy or Bootsy, you should assume it's the with the fade, and this nigga still went to the funk guy, Bootsy Collins.
I was born at 50.
Clearly.
Yes.
Clearly.
Okay. Bootsy. Yes. Bootsy bad.
Yeah.
Right.
I think the movie, as I don't know, they guys from Philly. Shout out to
Shout out to that man.
Philly.
Shout out to that John.
Y'all Drawing. It's called Y'all Drawing. The first movie, Drawing is, I don't even know how to explain it. It's being stupid, I guess, but the first movie is the big. He had it was like a bunch of social media stars in jail, and it's hilarious. The second one was Y'all Drawing. I played a fat cop. And the one scene that really stuck out, it was the one where I'm eating Cheetos, Flaming Hots, and I don't even eat spicy stuff. And I'm eating them. I'm railing them back. And I call the guy and I'm like, are you going to help us or what, Nailed it. I killed. And I'll tell you, when they call me, because since I started, anytime somebody call me for something, I'm like, yep, I do that. I want to do that. And when it happened, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can act. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know if I can.
You would be great in some comedies. Like, we're gonna get you in some comedies.
You need
I'm
to
gonna say this and keep me in mind, girl.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
When
You're on my list.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Call me when you picking out your people. The thing, what I'm saying is that it's a skill. A lot of this for me,
for sure.
I'm just selling Demona, and it's like I've been saying it all year. Like it's time to take the blessing and put effort into it. Because I'm gonna be real, this is not me trying yet. I haven't tried yet. I just been myself, and people were like, "Oh, that's crazy." I'm like, "Oh, that works," you know.
Yeah.
I legit remember my first stand-up show, and the first joke I cracked, and them laughing, and me thinking, "What? Y'all think that's funny? This is easy," you know what I mean? So. Realizing that acting is a skill and it is something I need to put some effort into it if I'm going to attempt to do it.
Yeah.
I did Miss Pat show. Miss Pat, the comedian.
Yeah.
She has a dramatic show. Her and Tammy Roman. I love Tammy Roman. They're my OG, triple OGs. I fuck with both of them. Both of them were really nice to me. And I did the court show. And Miss Pat was just like, "Look, I'll let you come on my show. Go take some acting classes, figure it out."
That was my plan. Take some action classes.
Because the court show is more kind of reality.
Yeah.
And she just was like, "Yo, get your shit right and come back. Like I'll with you. I'll give you a chance." So, but it's so different.
It is.
Than what I do.
Is.
You know what I mean?
We And shout out to Kev on stage. He's really taking
Shout out to
us,
you, man.
Yeah, shout out to
I'm trying to
Kevin.
meet Kev on stage
He's
one day.
really taken us under his wing and has like brought us on to film some things. And like even seeing how it works just made me know what I need to work on. Cause kind of like what you're talking about, like we're not actually trying right now. We just getting on camera, being ourselves.
Right.
So even when we were like improvising with that was relatively easy. But then thinking about putting that into like a script form, like, okay, I need to read this script and I need to deliver these lines a certain way. I do need to go practice that. I need to go take a class.
When you hear these actors talking about getting into character and some of the things they do, it's like, God damn.
I don't want to do all that. They be doing a lot sometimes.
Yes, these niggas, oh my God. I mean, not even past the whole, you got to lose 50 pounds to the roller. I'm talking like I ain't wash up for 3 days. I wanted to really feel dirty, and I went to Skid Row.
Like the
and I
embodying
slept
of it
in
all.
Skid Row for 4
Yeah.
days until I had the real grit on me, and I went to the callback, and I smelled like a
That's
bag
very
of
Leonardo.
balls.
Yeah.
You know?
Some people, I mean, it's different techniques out there, you know, when you get into the thespianism of it all. But really, like, whatever your lane is, like, everybody is not Leonardo. Everybody's not Denzel. But, like, I think being a comedic actor is very, very, very underrated. Like, people really, they don't take it as seriously, but they should, because it's not hard. I mean, it's not easy at all. It's actually very hard to be funny on camera. So I would say, like, lean into that, because being funny in general is not easy. And people really underestimate it. They think that it is. I'm like, do it then. Be funny.
Oh, favorite line. Girl, I'm funny just like you. I could do that you do. Yeah. Just couldn't last on stage for 30 seconds. I mean, you would run the off. And when I say you would run off, I've seen grown men, 50, 60 years old. Everybody in this room seen a grown man, 56-year-old, run off my stage. Remember that show in Philly? No shade to you, buddy. But people, I mean, it's for the big dogs.
Yeah.
Look at all the comedians online. You got comics that have millions and billions of views, making all this money, and they would never try stand up.
Yeah.
Well, please. The thought of trying stand up makes them think like puke.
Yeah.
It's
It's hard to
hard.
be funny. And to what you said, to your point about it's hard to be funny on camera, I'm starting to peep that where I'm cracking a joke. I know it's good. I know my audience will catch it, but the room of people I'm with are not laughing at it.
Yeah.
And what I did in the beginning, I didn't realize that I was doing was I made audiences for myself to gas me to keep going. When I first started the pod, I knew I didn't want to co-host, but I needed energy. So I would have 4 or 5 sitting on the side of me, and sometimes you could hear him, sometimes you couldn't, and that's how Phelps ended up being in the spot he was in, because we would have so much back and forth jargon. After a while, they wanted to hear his responses, and that's how he got next to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, and not to mention they working, so it's like they can't always lock in with me. And there was times where I was like, I would literally say to my producer, videographer, whatever, you don't smile when I say funny shit. Because I need that.
Yeah.
Now I'm at the point, don't nobody have to laugh, especially with the new job I was talking about with y'all. Like, they don't have to fucking laugh. I already know I'm going to get it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was something I had to learn along the way. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I never even thought about being a comedic actor. Like, as soon as I thought acting, I just thought of it as a more serious thing. I've always wanted to make a documentary because I like them so much.
Yeah.
And my family history is so, like, crazy. I kind of want to tell the story. And I want to learn more. And the research I would have to do to learn more, I would like to do that.
Oh,
over there.
yeah.
you want to,
that would
what's
be
that
dope.
show where the family trees and he
Yes.
be telling white celebrities that got a
Yes.
black
Oh,
ancestor?
yeah, yeah.
You don't talk about?
I
Yeah.
would love to do something like that, but, or even on my own. I feel like that's like the sad story of Black people, where we're that race or that culture or whatever that we cannot. It would be cool if I would say, "Oh, my people, they from Zimbabwe."
Yeah.
Right by the waterfall, by the pelican. Like, it's, and we just don't have no information past a certain point.
I was gonna say, can only go to a certain point,
Yeah.
literally.
But I do think it's valid. Like, if your people are from, this is what Philly is, like the oldest city in the. freaking- If you can trace it back to the beginning of America, then I feel like that's valid.
Yeah, I can't. And I don't know no that can, because, well, I don't know many that
Yeah.
can, because so many people just ran up here from the
Yeah.
South. So with me, the eldest person that I've ever met in my family on my mother's side was Pearl Brogdon, my great-great-grandmother. She lost her mind in the 70s. They never got her help. So she was totally out of her mind by the time I met her in the 80s and 90s or whatever. So imagine how much is cut off from what she know. Like, we know where she's from in Kentucky. we kind of know around about how old her kids were when she came up here, or whatever one she had and the one she made in Philly. But past that lady would tell you Martin Luther King was her dad. You know what I mean? She was old. She lost her mind. So we just don't have, you know?
Yeah.
Because I'm guessing that guy, he uses like your blood and your roots.
No,
and your
so
hair.
he does a lot of different stuff.
a lot like of census. Like you do have to give him your people's information, and then they did keep somewhat good records. So it's like not everyone has pictures, but they can definitely trace you back. And then if they need to fill in the dots, that's when the blood starts coming in, and they can trace you through here and here.
I would love to do
and
that.
they just line it up.
What if I look into it and I'm 85% Irish?
Just know that's a possibility.
It might be a possibility,
That
but
is
it might
crazy.
not
I tell
be.
you that. I tell you, and that's why I'm scared. I don't really want to know the breakdown.
Oh my God.
Because I'm like randomly light skinned, with my family. So you know what I mean? It's got some explanation in there, and I don't really want to know it.
Well, I know the white man. My parents are old, so
Okay.
both my parents were born in the 50s. My grandmother, who just passed away, was 98. So
God damn.
So I actually
You don't
have
got no diabetes in the family or nothing. Y'all doing
just the
it ain't a
stop
when I tell
forgetting.
you it's not a soul of my family made it past 68.
And you know what's
69,
crazy about
we be
my,
dropping, baby, but they eat pork, smoke
listen,
cigarettes. Don't give a
her siblings all like have lived that long too. Like
That's crazy.
they've all made it into their 90s. So it's been
niggas
like
ate a lot of veggies and
yeah,
rice.
no, they lived crazy.
Really?
Yeah, she was that smoker.
That's
down.
crazy. I can remember, like, I remember my grandma died real early, but it's like I remember vividly like her cursing out doctors at appointments, the kids throwing away cigarettes. She was like, "F that. If I gotta die with this Pepsi, this cigarette, this so be it."
I be feeling like that's fair.
real.
Like,
That's real.
like for example, with my grandmother, every time they would start fussing about her smoking, I'd be like, she been smoking since she was 13 and she's 90 something. Why would
Did
she
she
stop
smoke the
now?
whole time, Mecca?
So once she got really bad in dementia, they stopped letting her smoke because she would forget she had smoked.
And she didn't set up.
And she
whole
would now
house
she just
gone.
set up and smoked a whole box in 20 minutes.
okay.
And it's like, okay, well, you can't do that.
Yeah.
But
You know what's weird? Well, I'm not even say it's weird. I have a real fear of dementia and Alzheimer's.
I do. My dad
I
has
watch
dementia.
documentaries. I'm sorry.
yeah, no,
I'm sorry.
it's one of those things that I definitely do pray about that every day. I'm like, losing your mind like that, it's crazy to see up close.
I'm gonna skip past that topic, but it's
No, it's good. He done ran away. The internet know about my dad. Do the TK.
yeah.
Yeah, no, he's a
It's not
street.
a
He still
topic
think
for you.
not really, because like I said, it kind of somewhat runs in my family. So
Yeah.
even when he got diagnosed, I won't say we weren't tripping, but it was like, well, your mama had it at 70 and she's 90 something,
Right.
she's still living. So it wasn't like a death
I was gonna say it is
sentence
a
per
pretty
se.
slow
Yeah.
progressing
It's like a
thing.
slow thing.
My grandfather had dementia as well, and from the moment he got diagnosed to the point that he passed away was a very long stretch of time. It's
like 20 years.
Yeah, it's a
Because in
very
essence, your
interesting.
body kind of forgets how to do things too.
Yeah.
It forgets how to
Yeah.
function on its own, and you pass away.
But it
much.
For the
does
most part.
have
Yeah.
like, I would say my family's crazy in the way that we think everything is funny. So no, that's why sometimes when I be talking, I'm like, oh, I realize y'all don't think this is funny. Let me bring it back in. But like with my dad, at least, like he's a street now. So like when he would run away, he's hopping on buses, like we're trying to find him, and like we kind of have like the block looking for him.
Yeah.
So because he'd be disoriented. Now he scaled a fence like 6 months ago, and we're like, how? It was funny because it's like that's some you would have did,
Right.
but how could you still do that?
Right.
Like, how did you do
He
that?
found a way,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember my uncle Bum had dementia, but I was so young I didn't know what was going on. And he was really, really aggressive. Like he got
Yeah.
kind of violent or whatever. I mean, because at the end of the day,
Like Peter,
Like we found an old white man who was
in Atlanta.
demented.
He was trying to fight.
We was
How?
driving and he was jogging, and we're like, why is this old man jogging? And we're kind of laughing, like, what is he doing? Next thing we know, he didn't feel it. We said, oh Lord. We pull over. We trying to help him out. He is clearly, I'm like, oh, he's clearly demented.
We said that's that dementia.
That's that dementia. We were very familiar. And so we're trying to help him. He keep trying to get up. We're like, sit down,
that's
Peter.
that dementia is funny.
And
as shit. Did he tell y'all his
his-
name was Peter?
No,
No,
his
his
wife
wife
came. She was
did.
like, Peter, sit down.
She was
Again.
so
Yeah,
mad.
like she was so agitated. And then this little Hispanic lady, she was like, oh, Peter, I help you.
Remember
and then
she bit him?
He bit the fuck out of her.
and he kicked that
And
other
I
white
said,
man.
Now,
He said,
Peter. Now that's too damn much, Peter.
It's so many points of this story that I'm tickled by. Number one, I would have totally stopped at the white guy jogging that falls over. Like I'm just that type of person. I have to help out. Like I hate that about myself.
We stopped like damn near in the middle of the road. We're like, oh my God.
Because the way he bit
so
it,
crazy.
he was obviously an older man.
Yeah, he clearly like
bit it.
hurt
so
himself.
it was like, oh my God.
And then when we got up close, he had a busted eye. We're like, oh Lord. Jesus, we got to help this old
And then
white
remember
man.
the firefighters were trying to pop at us? That was
It
so
was
fun.
so much happening in that moment. We're like, can you make sure the old man is good?
They was cute too. They said, what y'all doing after this? I said, we finna go to fucking
going to
Chili's.
Chili's.
After I take this nigga to the ER, y'all want to
No,
lick up?
that was the vibe. They was like, what y'all finna do?
I'm like, he has a busted eye.
Yeah,
there
like,
is an old white man with
Yes,
dementia.
having
Y'all go
heart
do y'all job.
palpitations. Maybe y'all should focus on that.
Shout out to Peter, man.
But I watched. Shout out to Peter, man. My nigga, keep your head up, bro. No job, my nigga. I feel like I watched a documentary about Alzheimer's years ago and dementia, and I remember that they was focusing on how the fact that your mind still holds on to certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's stuff you did in your life, you might still do them. And then fast forward, I don't know if y'all remember, Tiny, she had like a reality show, and her father had Alzheimer's, and he was like a doo-wop singer from back in the day.
I
and
remember.
if she put the music on, he would do a whole performance.
Yes.
Other than that, nigga ain't had nothing to say. But I said to say, I think Uncle Bum was beating asses in his day because he was f***ing my aunts up, and I used to kind of enjoy watching my aunts fly from that room because they never let us in it, but they always flew back out of it, and it was always an enjoyable thing. Plus, once the started losing it, he stopped whooping our asses for running through that house. 1710 Nedro Avenue. Rest in peace, my Uncle Bum.
I'm crying right
When he
now.
died, his sisters put my grandma out that house. Ain't that something?
That's
If y'all own it, I should come buy it when this money come and put you out. I remember what y'all did to Myrtle, and I'm here. R.I.P. my grandma. That's real.
right
That's
now,
real.
I
period.
was getting a little sweaty. Let's move on.
My grandmother remembered that my dad's dad was fine.
Okay, that's something important to
That
remember.
was something important. That was like the funny shit. Like you be sitting there, she don't remember nothing. She would just be like, "Yo, daddy was fine as fuck."
Really? Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, I'm like, and mind you, she wasn't married to my dad's dad, and you know that's salacious back in the 50s with some random. So it was like, you wasn't even mad at that lick. You wasn't even
was
mad.
on it.
You wanted that.
My kind of girl for sure. So, you are a mom.
Yes.
Yes. Do you share your baby with the internet?
Very like seldomly. It's never like intentional. I don't really have intentions on like making him my content. Okay. But like sometimes when I'm making a video, he'll pop his little head in or something, or you can hear him screaming or playing in the background. I'll post a picture of him on my Instagram here and there, but that's pretty much the extent of it.
Yeah, I used to, but I stopped. My son, every time I put the camera on him, he good at it like that. It was natural for him. My kids were getting jealous over each other. I remember distinctly my daughter was like 8, and she was just so irritated because they had went out, and I think they went to the city, went to Philadelphia, and people were recognizing him, approaching him, and she was like, yeah, people kept walking up to my brother. Nobody knew me, but I wasn't worried about it because people like clowns, and I'm no clown. And it was like that. And she was like 7, that nigga was 4.
She ate that.
People like clowns, and I'm not a clown. I'm more
clown.
serious, and people don't. But she was jealous. You know,
Yeah,
you would be
serious.
jealous of a kid. On top of that, me and his father broke up, and his father is the opposite of me. So people walking up to him, like, and trying to touch his son. Sometimes people would walk up, dap his son, and then speak to him. And it was like the third time of him going to go get the gun out the car and getting on. You know what I mean? I was like,
serious.
and I just stopped posting. I mean, even still now, people still yell his name or speak to him, but people don't have any like sense of like not to do that, which is crazy because it's like I could not imagine just walking up to anybody kid, let alone
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
And
Some
I just don't play them type of games.
It's wild.
Yeah,
It's
no,
wild.
I'm very protective. And he's young. That's the thing. Like he's only 4, so I think about that often, and it does make me a little bit anxious whenever like it's me and him just alone out places. I'm like, okay, I know that I get recognized, and I hope people have some sense or knowledge to know, like, maybe now's not the time, or at least, like, because so far it hasn't really happened. The only time that has really happened, and it was very chill, I was in the mall, And I had went into a store to get some shoes, and the girl had recognized. She just said, "Let me know if you need anything." And she was like, "And I love your videos," and kind of like kept it cool. And I was like, "Okay, I don't mind that at all." But yeah, if I have my kid with me, like, please don't do all that.
In the hospital.
Yeah.
In the hospital, somebody, I know that voice, and she ring. You know how the ER, you next to each other, but you had the curtain, and she was 50 something. I had somebody in a tractor trailer stop on not a highway without lights, like one of them highways with lights, stop and yell and talk to me. Like, I was at dinner with the son I'm talking about, and this guy walked up, was like, "I know y'all eating," and my son was like, "Buddy."
Right,
like we're eating, and like that's
exactly.
what ended the conversation. But they do not give a about
crazy.
what you're doing when they approach you,
when
or what's going on. They don't care about that.
When I was taking care of my cousin, and this is why I said I would never leave Houston, because I felt like since I had put up boundaries, see, I never posted her, I never said her name, I gave her a whole Lil Moms. But the only thing that I do wish I hadn't did was I said, we look just alike. So by the time she went to high school, she had been living with me like 2 years. She was getting clocked because it would be like light skin glasses, big nose.
Yeah.
Are you Little Moms? And I remember once that started happening, I said, okay, so let me stop even saying that. But people would be really cool. The only time I ever was like, damn. And the boy who came up to us was also a teenager himself. So, and it was at church. So it's like, you can't even have no energy at church. Like, you know, it's a church.
Yeah. Are y'all single? Or do y'all talk about stuff like that? Is it a secret?
It's not a secret. I feel like
Is it a secret? It's funny.
We both have people.
I'm not.
Something.
I'm single.
Well, single.
I thought you were single. I thought you were like single, mingling, living your life.
I am.
Whatever. Something going on.
Something is going
People
on.
at home, makeup got a
Something
nigga.
is going. No, something's absolutely going on.
Oh my God, makeup about to get engaged.
Something absolutely is going on.
I asked you were y'all single because I am.
Yeah.
And I this year tried to date. It is very hard dating, being popular online. It's weird.
Really?
I'm legit like it's horrible. Like what I'm experiencing is people either think they know me and treat me the way they think they should because, or they get like real super attacked. Like it's just some fake. Like you want it to be more than it is because of who I am. Or I've had people come where they acting like everything regular, but then they drop on how I should do this, I should do that, so it'll turn into you almost want to manage me.
Yeah, like what you got going on?
When I have not found like had a good experience yet at all. Like even with like there was a guy and we talked for a little bit or whatever, and I didn't like him, and I was honest. I'm older, so the way I'm doing it now is totally different. Like playing with people, waste time, don't have time for it. Like literally, my intro is I'm trying to find somebody I can fuck raw safely, and we could be boyfriend and girlfriend each other person, but then when you leave you can do whatever you want to do, and I don't want no titles on it, and I want to treat my ass. I'm that open with what I want. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's doable.
I don't need you to pay me no bills, but when you buy a gift, I want it to be really nice. I'm not gonna ask you to pay my bill, but I want to know that if this motherfucking mortgage was backed up, that you will help me with it, right?
Also important.
Still, I'm getting back from that bullshit. It's always some don't call me white girl mixed up in it. I met a guy recently, did not like him, told him he's real attractive, and told him, look, don't like you. That turned me off, this turned me off, don't like you. And normal guy keep trying to reach out. It was normal. This won't stop reaching out. Like he came here. He came here. This isn't like a public thing like everybody know. He came here. Like in another one of our producers named Vernon. Vernon had to Vernon like, you want me to like, yeah, walk that nigga down the street? Because I couldn't even believe he was here. We talking outside and you know, everybody chilling, everybody outside. And I turned around at him and I'm already like this. And then my face turned. That's what made Vernon like, are you okay? Because I could not believe he was standing there.
Yeah, now that's crazy.
Like I've never brung him here. We didn't even go on a date yet. I knew I didn't like him in the talking phase. I did not like him. And plus on the phone, if I was to close my eyes, I would imagine a round woman in her 50s with a small fro and 2 sports bras on.
He had a little voice.
He sound like a
Oh. No, I need a baritone.
And he had an Android.
Oh.
Stop calling my phone and texting me before I put your motherfucking name on here,
Well,
bitch.
I've heard good things about the Galaxy.
And guess the worst thing about him?
What?
He had a girlfriend. He said they broke up. And guess what? She had cancer. So if they broke up after she had cancer, what does that mean?
I thought you were going to say he had a baby, not cancer.
So if they broke up and she had cancer, what does that mean? You know he made her feel ugly in her healing process. You piece. That's all I thought when you told me you nasty. You better leave me alone.
Oh, men always leave the girl when
You
they get
see what I'm
sick.
saying?
So disgusting.
That's so disgusting.
That's
I don't like
nasty.
you Android carrying that.
Oh, nah, he's horrible.
No, I don't like that. I'm glad you made that choice.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
I will say my person, I met him before
That's
off.
so great.
Which is why
you holding on to it.
Yeah, because I feel like that is
Mecca.
a little bit, not a little bit, actually a lot of bit valuable.
Mecca, hold on.
That's important. I'm seeing it just because like
I'm not saying hold on if he's a bad person, but if he's not knocking your head between the refrigerator and the washer and his penis working, he got 2 feet, hold on, the bar is low.
Listen, I mean, I don't.
Unless you want to also date someone in the industry.
No.
Oh.
I almost said, no, I don't. I don't though.
I also, what did I say? I didn't really want to do that either.
Like
so.
those rappers and shit scare me. Like it intimidates me. They around too many women, and I like raw sex.
You know, now that's a thing for sure.
You feel me?
And I seen that close up in person, and that was jarring. I'm not gonna lie. I'm single, to put that out there.
Okay.
I do date though, to also put that out there.
Okay.
To the people at home.
Yes, I do. Yes, I have a good time. I actually really enjoy dating and having a good time with fellows, and I think that everybody should be nice. I'm a nice lady. You should be nice. But as far as like dating somebody, I guess in the industry, that could be very. A friend of mine, not even somebody I'm dating, but a friend of mine, I went to his birthday thing, and he's in the industry. The amount of ladies that was in that section, I said, oh. And it was not even just the ladies being there, it was the fawning over him that was so absolutely hysterical to watch. I'm talking about like,
And
I'm
everybody
like,
doing the same thing.
Everybody shaking their ass in his direction. I'm like, oh yeah. I don't know. So that's definitely something to think about, like with entertaining men's of a certain platform. But I don't know. I'm kind of like not really necessarily looking for relationships. So I don't really care. Yeah. But I don't know. It's
I used to want to. Every time I fuck one of these rappers on with, no, I can't. I'm scared.
In my early 20s, that's the type of I was on, and I remember being like 22 at one of just like at somebody party, and the girls were like our age now, like 27 to 29, and I just remember being like, I don't want to be doing that at like I don't want to be like we're like what she's talking about, like we're all competing for the same. I don't want to do that when I'm damn near 30.
Right.
So I plus I lived at home with my mama, so I was like, I'm having fun. But I definitely had like a expiration, like a clock on what I was doing. And then ever since then, I've been like, I don't really have a desire to do that again. Just because I think, granted, I was more into groupie situations. So the way that they treat groupies versus like the girls they have on Front Street is definitely different. But nonetheless, I don't even really want to be in the mix like that. Like,
but it's
what you on the front now, you got to worry about. The
but it's I mean, once you're like the things that we're doing and like the spaces that we're in, it's like you meet like different people. More?
Yes,
I used to listen. I used to be like, I don't know, I get treated real nice, y'all, and I go home to my mama house and I go to my classes, do my homework, go to parties, so get my little monies, give it to my mother. I was having me a good time, girl.
I mean, what are you supposed to be doing in your 20s? When I hear people say, like, when people say, like, they spent that time, like, just following their goals and doing all the right things, like, I just be like, damn, really?
You didn't have time to up.
I was breaking the law. And
I tried to do as much. I know the one thing my parents wanted me to do, because my mom has like several degrees and my dad didn't graduate high school. Okay. So it was a really big, even when we graduated high school, that was a really big deal from him. So for college, the whole thing was like, just go to college. I did that. So after that, it was like,
you
whatever.
did the good kid thing. Ladies, I asked y'all before the camera came on, but y'all cool with talking about anything because I don't know how long ago it was, but my whole TikTok algorithm was you should hate Jamila and Mecca, and here's why. I'm curious, like, how do y'all deal with it like that when the tides turn and everybody hates your friends because you're light skinned?
Listen. Every light skin is evil.
Pretty much.
Light skin bitches should never laugh.
Yeah.
You know, I tell you, it's quite something. Like, that was something that was so strange for me, because as long as I've been on the internet, like, that was never something I experienced, because I had got, I started making content like 2011, something like that. Yeah. That was so new for me. People like creating like hate campaigns, and I'm like, I do skits. What is all this about? Like, even the commentary that I would do, like, it was still like funny commentary. Like, I'm not on here giving dissertations on hate. That's y'all.
Right.
So like the fact that you
that's your
that's
thing.
you. That's your thing. I don't. That's not what I do. So the fact that like people had this idea of like, I'm going to hate Jamila, like I was like, oh. And then it was what made it even funnier is me watching people join in on like the bandwagon, but then like add like little lies into it to make it feel better. Like, oh, I've been hated this because she was doing this. And I don't
Jamila,
even do that.
You have to let me interject because the whole time you're talking, I'm thinking the only time I saw you in the comments, your comment was that didn't even happen. Like that's you was like,
I didn't even say that.
I didn't say that.
And
or
never.
do that,
I don't even know
on.
that. Like that's literally what happens every time. Like, I mean, I guess I never said that, but cool. You know, I guess if I'm the hated person this week, I guess that's what it's gonna be. I've learned my lesson with trying to like defend myself. That sometimes don't even really help. I think the one time it did help. Like I guess this one situation when we did like a I guess an emergency podcast or whatever to like explain ourselves from the situation.
God, I did emergency podcast when I did something.
Yeah,
and cool. Let me just
and I feel
say,
like that one it worked out because
was management people's idea.
No, that was my idea.
No, that was Jamila. It wasn't my idea.
No, that was my idea.
I remember in the comments I saw one thing that one of them comments they was like, Mecca don't give a fuck. But I watched it back and I was like, I was really sitting there like.
Yeah, but I mean, I was the main person who was targeted, so I was like, I'm gonna speak on this. Like, and the thing is, I think that people anticipate you being like a little like you're scared, and I'm like, I'm not scared of y'all. I'm not scared of y'all's public opinion, but I don't like being lied on, and I don't like for someone to try and really make something that I do, which is very love and light, make it seem so dirty and so dark and twisted. Like I have good intentions, and I know I do. You're not finna sit here and make it seem like I was bullying you when you know that didn't happen. Yeah. So I feel like in that situation, when I explained myself and gave my receipts and my things, it worked out in my favor because it was like, oh, okay, we get another side of the story. Right. Mm-hmm. But after that, I'm like, no.
I also think it's fair to say that, you know, when people not in your lane on the internet, you can't really do nothing to like try and stop what we're doing. I think that everyone who's in our lane, like you, like Kev, like has reached down and like people with us in our lane, so we can't be that horrible. Like if you moving crazy out here, people are not gonna with you.
Exactly.
Nah, for real. You know when Dame Dash said Wendy Williams is your OG, I said yeah. That's really funny because that's how I feel about this. Is like my OGs are comedy people. Anybody in a beauty space or whatever. No shade to y'all. Like I love the beauty. I beats my own face, right? Thanks. But like y'all are not blocking doors that I want to go into because I was never trying to be a beauty creator. I was never trying to be a lifestyle creator. Like I'm in comedy. I'm in film. Like those are the people I'm trying to impress. And I haven't stepped on those toes, so I feel like I'm doing good. Right. Everybody in this lane has embraced me and has shown me love. So I feel like I'm doing all right.
Read the comments or don't read the comments.
I read.
So we're opposite in that way. When to the neck, I don't be on my phone. Well, I do be on my phone, but I go into Disney adult talk.
But just even in regular times, read the comments or no?
I read them.
Not really. I stay away from now. I used to read them way back.
Yeah.
But I do feel like it's one of those things where it's like, okay, if you like this, you like this. If you don't, you don't. We're at the point where we got to think before we speak. Right. Because we know we already going to upset some people. Yeah. So if you're not feeling it, this is how I feel. Right. And I think we're both really big on like, I'm not going to apologize. Like, I feel like it would take a lot. I haven't apologized yet, but it would take a lot for me. Like, someone would have to be like, I was really harmed by this. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that has not happened. And I know it's not going to happen because I don't say harmful shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I got on this podcast and said that I did not feel supported by gays at all as a black woman. Mm-hmm. When I was speaking, I was talking about white gays. I didn't lie, but I did not take the time to specifically say that I was talking about white gays. My presence on Twitter, for a bona fide fact, a lot of the reason why I was viral or I even got a follow on Twitter was from gay people, for sure, from black gay people. So I remember it was because this is the thing. When it came out, people were so pissed. And I remember this trans man had made the clip and then basically explained why you should hate me. And that was getting bigger and bigger. It was 100,000 and 200,000. And I remember my mom is
was
not...
Was the person black or white?
Black.
Okay.
Very annoying. Gauges, skater outfits, can't dress. And
it's gender neutral.
You're a man Okay, dare I say it? Okay, and I don't like my on the internet running their fucking house. If you're trying to get a real bitch, okay, remember your internet usage can't be crazy. We don't like selfies and hookah either. But yeah, that had a GoFundMe to get the procedure to get them titties off too, because you think your page jumping, more people going to donate. Let's just be for real. The post did well, right? And I ain't gonna lie, I attacked him and cussed his ass out. Never misgendered him. See how easy that is? But I cussed his ass out and was going back and forth with them because everything was. What threw me off was everything was you just such this dumbass light skinned in the beginning versus this is how this made me feel and it hurt my feelings. But my mom is a Twitter person. My mom is not involved in my career. My mom has never even been to a show. My mom called me, which was a big deal, and she was like, look, these people are hurt. Their feelings are hurt. Like, you know, because it was our queen mother, like that kind of thing. Stan, like they love you. They feel like you are an advocate or an ally. And then now this, like if you really were talking about white gays and black gays took offense, I think that you owe that to them to explain that.
Yeah.
So I did an emergency episode, hair all over my head, no makeup, and I just talked to them. And it was rough because I would y'all, because I don't give a light skin and all. Like I was cussing them out and apologizing at the same time. But one thing for sure that I did was say, hey, I appreciate every repost and retweet. Like y'all know how I feel about gay people, and I did mean white people. That is the truth, you know?
Yeah.
Because you want to find that line of like, they're not controlling me, but I still feed them in a positive way because there is no this without them.
Yeah.
I know that, and I know how it feels to like people's stuff and share stuff and fuck with them, and they never say thank you, never show love, and that's why I respond to DMs and do all that, right? So I think it's a fine line or whatever, but you have to find that balance so you'll be okay. Yeah. And I think some things work just like y'all close, and one read the comments, one don't. That's what works for you, and that's what works for you. For me, I want to read them to know what they want, to know what they feed and what they like, but I don't want to hear how you feel about my fupa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I try not to internalize it. So I'm very avid of like trying to like gauge, like, cause it also kind of lets me know what direction I can take my content in. What do y'all want to hear more from me or less or whatever? But I try not to like overanalyze the negative things about me, like personally, like my appearance or whatever. If I see something, I just delete that because I don't care about that. Like actually my appearance and who I am at my core is not a part of my content.
Right.
So I try to like not internalize that, because even people saying like, oh, I don't like her because she has this personality. I'm like, oh, you don't know me. I can't even take that personally. Like, I don't actually give a lot of personal details about myself on the internet at all. Y'all get a lot of curated content from me, so I just don't take it personally.
Yeah, I'm not that mature, babe. When people say you big head, light skin thing sometimes.
Yeah, I just be like, okay, let me delete that real quick before I keep reading it.
It don't even stink, but you know what it does do? It makes you want to go to your page and that RIP post of your grandmother and her being ashy before she went. I would like to highlight the fact that Grandma Brenda was ashy before she died. Yes, she's dead. Am I sorry you lost your grandma? Yes, but I know that they up that casket silk, putting her ashy in it because she was a dry scale. Why can't I
recently? I
listen? And that's the problem, because once I do that, now you reporting my shit. Now you say, I can't believe she said this to me. I can't. So it's like I can't even play, because where I'm from, you talk about each other. You bust on each other. You say mean things. I grew up with cousins that we said real nasty to each other to be funny, and sometimes they went too crazy and we would fist fight. So it's like, yeah, we can do that, but you don't want to wrestle behind the target, bitch. So leave me the fuck alone.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm working on that and being more zen.
You can still get the thing I've learned about TikTok and the rules and things. Like what happened recently, there was a man who told me that my top lip was very thin, which he wasn't wrong, but he said like you have a white woman top lip or something.
Your top lip is bigger than mine. Does it disappear when you smile?
It disappears a little bit.
Me too.
When I smile.
I was gonna get filler,
no,
but
it depends on how I'm holding my mouth. It will get quite. It turns
Jamila,
into a line.
whose top lip is bigger? Hers, right? And look at the smile. Look. She got more lip on the top. Mecca, your lip is fine.
The same lip.
Well, it's a bottom lip. The ratio's off.
Yeah, I was.
But I went to his page. His mother had passed away, and lo and behold, his mother had very thin lips. So I just, I posted on the story. I said, "Rest in peace to your mom, my thin lipped sister." Like I didn't say anything out of pocket.
Good.
You
that
see
was
what
a
I'm
good
saying?
one.
I didn't say anything out of. I just learned the things that people try and talk to you about. No, but you see what I did there? I didn't have to cuss him out.
Yes.
And I remember he was under my videos like, he just said something crazy like, oh, you think that? And I'm like, I didn't say anything wrong. I said rest in peace to your mother. Yeah, nothing lip. That's my sister. You know.
I just will send, like, if it's getting too crazy, I'm gonna go to that profile no matter what y'all say. I'm gonna go to that profile, I'm gonna look, and that's gonna like give me amusement because it's never a bad talking all crazy. It's never the fine man doing that. So I usually I'll send it to a group chat, send it to my siblings, whatever, and we'll just I'll get it off somehow.
Okay, so you still get it off.
Because I don't want to give nobody attention. Like, I gave attention one time, I'll never do it again. I swear to God, I'll never give attention again.
Why?
Got followers off of me. Like, you'll never get that again.
Sucks.
I said, oh yeah, no.
Oh,
off of pure hating me.
Listen, can I tell y'all something? But I have to tell y'all certain kind of way because this ugly little monster figure it out. Somebody was talking about me. Mm-hmm. I ignored them for a little while when I responded. Once I responded, when I tell y'all, like, the biggest stars responded to that person, and I was so pissed because I knew that if I didn't respond to her, she wouldn't have landed on their algorithm. Yeah. You understand? And she is such a troll. Like, she's a troll online and in real life because of her height, her hair length, her skin. So she lives that troll lifestyle. Like, she is under a bridge, angry, you know? And it's so crazy because I was so pissed. Like, once once it clicked, like, yo, you just, and then
they baited you. It's like, I took the bait.
Bro, when she was responding, when those big stars reached out, she was so happy. Even those stars were like, you she was so happy. And then it hit like, yo, they're so happy to have that connection that you almost feeding them when you respond. So you know how many times I open my DM, somebody saying something nasty, and I write back, and they'll say, oh my God, I didn't know you would respond. You so pretty. And after they tell me a whore, ugly, stupid, it's like all these compliments I think you would respond. So when you think of it that way, it's like, what the f is the point? But I've also made some of y'all delete your Instagram, so I know I'm good at what I'm good at.
Yeah.
Just like I made that girl walk all night in California, the one that looked just like Gru. You know what I do to y'all. Stop with me. I'm never gonna give up. I'm never giving Jamila. I'm always saying something back. I'm so happy y'all came on.
Literally.
What y'all got coming up to tell the people? Put everything that they say under here so people can follow them and be on part of everything they have going on.
So we have our podcast, Unhinged Immoral. Definitely listen. We have our Patreon for that.
Yes, and we just started a new series within the podcast called Unhinged and Plug. So we've had 2 musical guests so far, Zay France and Akeem Ali. So they came.
Lit.
It was
like
really
Akeem
great.
Ali.
Yes, it was really fun. So we did the typical interview, and then we had them perform with a live band.
I love that.
Really great. So we're excited to kind of bring some new musical guests. So if y'all want to come on, DM us. We will have you on for sure.
I could spit when I come on.
You could do whatever you
can
want
do a freestyle.
I rock dolo from state to state. Listen, I need to tell you guys some stuff. First of all, when I move, you move.
Just like that.
They even know it. We have a show October the 19th in Philadelphia at the World Live Cafe. Come see me do stand up. Hurry up and get them tickets. We always sell out in Philadelphia. I have a show here, there, everywhere. I don't remember. Look at my link tree. I love y'all.
Yes, and follow my artist, Audie.
Follow Audie. Put it right here with sparkle glitter. Then put a little picture of Jamila right here. Ding. Then put another one of her pout. Just put her pout, like her lips alone pouted. That here. Thanks,
Her
Zach.
first lip.
Zach James. Shout out to Zach James for all our editing and videography and all my meals. Yeah, so it's a lot of other stuff I was supposed to tell y'all. Can't really remember. What is it? She don't know either. So I love you guys so much. Come to my. Yes. You can catch me on tonight's conversation.
Oh, congrats.
Yes, okay.
I'm on the DC leg. She don't know. New York.
And you're also on the Philly leg. So you'll be in DC on 10-4.
I'm in DC on 10-4. Can they hear you? No. Oh, I'm in New York on something. Fuck that. We ain't giving all them dates.
And then you're in Philly on 12-14.
12-14, Philly.
That's my daddy's birthday.
That's daddy birthday. Happy birthday, daddy, down in Mobile. Oh, we at Docklands. We doing a costume party at Docklands November the 1st. Come out. Last time I went to Docklands, I popped this all night. I drove 4 shots of Dime. And I listened to Gunner. Who getting tonight? Who getting tonight? But I ain't get that night.
Damn.
Thank you.
We're going to try
ladies.
again.
I appreciate y'all so much coming on.
Thank you for
I'm coming on their
having us.
podcast, and
Yes.
you better watch it.
Yes.
Watch all
will
their stuff and
be.
follow their TikToks. You're going to like them. Y'all like what I like. Like what I like again. Thank you.
Perfect.
I love you so much.